Hello, everyone. My name is Christina, and I'm a solicitor with Legal Aid New South Wales Community Legal Education Team. Today, I'm going to go through a law checkup designed for older women who are at risk of homelessness due to domestic violence. This resource is developed for community workers to go through with their clients. In this recording, I will be discussing why legal health checking is important, why we need your help to get women who are at risk of homelessness due to domestic violence referred to services that can help with their legal problems, and how we can work together with community workers using the legal health checking to identify legal problems and then referring clients to free legal and non-legal support services in their local community. Why do we want to do legal health checking with older women? Well, women aged 55 and over are the fastest growing cohort of people at risk of or experiencing homelessness in Australia. The most common reason women become homeless is because of family and domestic violence. Legal Aid New South Wales provides free assistance to older women at risk of or who are homeless due to family and domestic violence. Examples of civil law problems that can lead to homelessness for older women who have experienced domestic and family violence include debts from loans or credit contracts, unpaid fines, bad credit ratings, debt from damage to previous rental property and therefore are blacklisted on a tenancy database, women who are unable to access social housing due to a former debt or negative classification. Why we need your help. We share the same clients. These clients trust you. And only 16% of people who have a legal issue actually seek legal advice. Legal Aid New South Wales has developed a specialised law checkup client referral form, which can be found on the Legal Aid New South Wales Law Checkup webpage. We will use this tool to practice legal health checking today. Law Checkup is not just another form. It is designed to be completed with your client. We know how busy you are, so it shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes. And as you can see, the first page just asks you for your organization's details, the client's details, and the details of the service you are referring the client to. The next page lists various categories of legal problems the client may be experiencing. These include Centrelink, housing, violence, discrimination, and so on. You just need to tick a box if your client answers yes to any of the questions about legal problems provided under each legal problem type heading. Each problem type also has an icon to assist clients with low literacy skills. After answering the questions, the form asks the client which legal problem they would like help with first. This will help you decide which legal service to refer to, particularly if they have more than one legal problem type. The form also includes a section for the client to consent to you making the referral. Sometimes it may be necessary for you to make the appointment for your client. Let the service know if the client has any special needs, such as an interpreter, a telephone appointment, or a support worker to attend with them. Complete the referred to and referred from sections at the top of the form. Scan and email this through to the service. Give the original to the client and keep a copy on the client's file. We recommend warm referrals wherever possible, particularly if your client is anxious, dealing with a lot of problems, or has complex needs. Some legal advice sessions or services are provided as drop-in clinics. So it's a good idea to call the local office to get more information about how the drop-in clinic works so you can explain the process to your client. We will now go through some case study examples and demonstrate how we will use the law checkup in these scenarios. Evelyn is a 56-year-old woman who is living in a private rental property with her ex-partner, Robert. Robert is a heavy drinker who would often get angry and assault Evelyn. Around 3 months ago, Evelyn's sister Jane visited her after a violent incident. Evelyn was still scared and shaking, and Jane saw that the mirror on a built-in wardrobe had been smashed. Jane convinced Evelyn to pack a bag and leave, telling her that she could stay with her until she gets back on her feet. After a few weeks after Evelyn left, she started getting emails from the real estate agent about rent arrears. She called the agent and told them she didn't live there anymore and that any rent arrears were Robert's. She explained that she had an ABO against Robert, and the agent told her they would call Robert and not to worry about it. Evelyn applied for social housing, but a few weeks ago she received a letter saying that she is an unsatisfactory former tenant. To make matters worse, Jane's husband has told Evelyn that it's time for her to move out. Last week, when Evelyn was driving to a rental inspection, she was pulled over by the police for a random breath test. She was shocked when the police officer told her that her license and registration had been suspended and that she was driving illegally. The police officer suggested that Evelyn should call Service New South Wales to find out what was going on and warned her not to drive until it was sorted out. Evelyn contacted Service New South Wales and they told her that she owed about $5,000 in unpaid fines. Evelyn, who was a careful driver and had never received any fines, so she was very confused. Evelyn's rental application had been unsuccessful. Yesterday, she was again rejected by a real estate agent who told her that she had been blacklisted. Today, she found out that her old real estate agent had tribunal orders against her for the arrears and that she has to pay the cost of fixing the built-in wardrobe damaged by Robert. So going back to the law checkup, we will be taking the following categories based on the case study. Do you have any fines? We will be ticking this box because Evelyn has about $5,000 in unpaid fines, which she was not aware of. Have you received a fine or debt that doesn't belong to you? We will be ticking this because Evelyn did not accrue these fines herself. Have you been denied private or social housing? In this case, she has been denied, her application has been unsuccessful, so we'll be ticking this box. Is the landlord saying you owe money for rent or damage? Yes, we will be taking this box. Do you have to leave your property for safety reasons? Tick this because of her abusive partner. She had to leave her rental property. Are you feeling unsafe or insecure about where you live? Yes, we will be taking this. Are you the victim of a violent crime and want compensation from victim services? Tick this box. Has someone hurt you or taken advantage of you? Yes, in this case, it's her partner. Are you separated or trying to separate? Evelyn has left her partner, so we'll be ticking this box. Are you feeling unsafe or insecure about where you live? Yes, we'll be ticking this box. We are now going to go through a second case study. Fiona is a 60-year-old woman. She has left her husband Peter about 5 years ago, following many years of enduring his abusive and controlling behavior. Fiona's mental health deteriorated rapidly after she left Peter, and she has become very unwell. She ended up quitting her long-term job as a salesperson because she was finding it difficult to cope and needed to focus on her mental health. Fiona's psychiatrist eventually diagnosed her with complex PTSD and has told her that she believes Fiona will never be able to return to work. Fiona's only income is the job seeker allowance, and she needs to provide medical certificates to Centrelink on a regular basis so that she's exempt from having to look for work. Sometimes she doesn't get the medical certificates to Centrelink on time, and her payments get cut off, which causes her great stress. She eventually applied for the disability support pension, but yesterday found out that her application was declined. Last week, Fiona received a letter of demand which says that her car will be seized if she does not pay the ABC Bank $12,000 within 14 days. Fiona has never had dealings with the ABC Bank, but remembers that Peter used to receive mail from them. The next day, Fiona received a notice from her real estate agent informing her that the rent is being increased by $60 per week. Fiona doesn't think that this increase is fair, but the real estate agent says if she doesn't pay the extra rent, they will evict her. Fiona is already struggling to pay the rent and doesn't know what to do. So going back to the law checkup form, we will be ticking the following categories based on the case study. Have you received a fine or debt that doesn't belong to you? Yes, we will be ticking this. Have Centrelink stopped or canceled your payments? Tick this. Have you been refused a Centrelink payment? Tick. Are you receiving the wrong Centrelink payment? Tick, because she's been on job seeker allowance, but is not able to work due to her severe PTSD. And so the disability support pension would be better suited for her. Has your landlord threatened to evict you? Tick. Are you a victim of a violent crime and want compensation for victim services? Yes, we will be ticking this. Has someone hurt you or taken advantage of you? Tick. Are you separated or trying to separate it? Tick. Have you had to stop work or reduce your hours because you're ill or unwell, including mental health concerns? Yes, we will be ticking this. She's unable to work due to her severe PTSD. Feeling unsafe or insecure about where you live? Yes, we will be ticking this as well. Legal Aid New South Wales now uses a triage process when people contact LawAccess or one of our offices. The triage process helps to identify priority clients and legal problems, and it also eliminates the need for clients to tell their story again. Again, this law checkup form can be found on the Legal Aid New South Wales Law Checkup webpage. For more information or help, please contact LawAccess on 1300 888 529. Thank you.